This is so surreal.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Derek and this is 4 in Tune. I know it's been nearly a month since my last video, but I haven't forgotten. I am going to go off the rails a little bit and focus my next few videos not on my 450 SL. Instead, I've got something I consider to be rather special. Today, I'm going to be unveiling a new car, which I bought for my 16-year-old son. The thumbnail should be an indication that this car does need a little love. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
Okay, I know what you guys are going to say, because everybody seems to have one of these cars these days, but I've been in love with them for a long time. Actually, I'm an E24, E28 kind of guy, but I had one of these cars shortly in the mid to late 2000s, I guess it was. And now I get to watch my son learn how to drive in the same car, similar car, I should say. So, yeah, with too much anticipation, I guess, here is our next project, the culprit of that nasty alternator. (2007) 328i convertible E93 with the N52 motor. Found this car down in Greensboro, North Carolina. Very happy to have this on board. And when I get it done, which should be in a couple of days, I will let you guys know what I paid for it and how much I put into it, and then what you think the car is actually worth. Now, one of the best aspects of this car, other than it being a convertible and the fact I even have the wind deflector, is it's a 6-speed. Yeah. Really nice interior, beautiful color combination. I love the peanut butter on the black. Non-turbo, and it does have 145,000 miles. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh my God, that's too many miles, but I probably overpaid for it as well. But I know the history of the car pretty well. It spent the better part of 7 years in Europe. As you can see, German Autobahn sticker. Over here, its first country, I believe, was Belgium. So it went to Belgium after it was bought brand new in Cincinnati, shipped directly to Belgium. Then 3 years later, he moved to Germany, worked for Procter & Gamble or somebody. And then the car ended up in Switzerland for 3 years in Geneva before he took a job down here in North Carolina. Well, down in North Carolina, I should say. I'm not in North Carolina. But he sold it to his friend, who stored it basically for 6 years in his garage, drove it, I think, 3,000 miles in 6 years. Physically, they took beautiful care of it. Did all of the things that you want the car to keep looking good with. He even put new window stripping all around the windshield. So this is going to be my son's car, my youngest son's car, and he's going to learn how to drive a stick on this car. This will be his senior year in high school vehicle. There it is, E93, 2007. The bad news we've got here, I mean, the alternator is caked with stuff. I don't know if you can actually see. You can scrape it. All of that scuzz. There's a lot of it in there. I don't know if it's power steering, but the entire front of the block is caked. And it is super wet right there, which it looks really clean
just above the front main seal. Not thrilled with what that may mean. Caked on, baked on. Glad this car wasn't driven very much. Even the alternator, look at that poor thing. Whew. Just to get a routing snapshot of what the belts look like. Good Lord, that poor puppy. All right, so what is this one doing here? Oh, okay. So it goes around the alternator, back on the inside of the idler, and comes back out again to go down around the power steering pump. Okay. And then around the crank, up to the tensioner, and back down to the AC, and comes right back up. Good, easy. So we got some work to do today and tomorrow. Yep, Penison. Yep. Putting the D6 in the manual box. That'll be in the rear end. 6 plugs, oil filter, some Renzo seal, new coils, 6 of them, air filter, cabin filter. Doing the valve cover gaskets, all the little ancillaries for the rears. I'm going to put in mobile 1, all the, well, for the fronts, and a couple more pieces for the rears because they were in really bad shape. Water pump, pulleys, crank seal, even got the primer already. And we still have more parts coming. Real quick, I'll bring you over here. Mail had been very nice. All the pieces that I've been missing. Yeah, little bump stop. I was missing one of these, and they're all 4 of them are the same. So that should just pop in if I can make sure that the old pieces are gone. New brushes for my Bosch. Anyway, alternator. Yep. This should seal up the rear right of my car, so the whole rear end will be done. These bolts came with it, but I prefer to use the bolts that are still in the car. They're definitely more factory looking than these giant heads sticking off the bottom of the control assembly. And my Lemforder top strut mounts, new belt, and then that, I'll have to get to that probably tomorrow. Crankshaft seal removal tool. This one does the crank seal on the front end, the rear main. So we'll see when I do the clutch probably next year. I'll see how well that works on the rear of the car. But that should make life a lot easier. And it's not the one where you screw it in with a bunch of little screws, although it has that option, but it's also the tapered one where the thread's on it, where you screw the whole assembly into the middle of the crank, and it latches into the seal and pulls it out that way. So I'm anxious to use that probably tomorrow. But for now, I think I'm gonna stop on the valve cover gasket, and I'm gonna put this bad boy in. At least I can close the chapter on one part of this car. That would be nice. So here we go. Oh boy. Well, I thought it'd be worse. Yeah. Not terrible. Front main seal's leaking, but yeah. I thought there'd be physical damage. I don't see anything out of sorts.
other than the trays hanging down a little bit. Good. That's a good news story. I got to start this one off by stating I could barely get these tires off. I had to do the old mule kick trick to get all 4 of these rims off the hubs. They were pretty bad. So what I've been doing is going through and coating them a little bit, putting a little rust inhibitor and hopefully prevention, because that's what they used to look like. They were in really bad shape. I'm not particularly thrilled with that, but the brakes are all new all the way around, so that's good. This one was the easiest one to get off, and still very miserable. The fronts, I nearly had to put a pry bar on to get them off, but 8 or 10 trusty mule kicks saved me the aggravation of having to do that. So for now, I'm going to do what probably a lot of you would cringe at the idea of, and I am going to wait for it. Yeah. So, sorry if you don't like this, look away. Yeah, that's fine. We're fine. It's fine. There. That wasn't so bad. For today, his job is going to be to clean the inside of these things, because they are disgusting. I would say the rears look better, but they don't. We're going to get in there and get all that crap out, because I got a feeling it's going to be 6 months before he's ready to put this on the road and actually start driving it. Ugh, God, this is terrible. Well, I guess this one is better. Ugh, look at that stuff. Yeah, buddy. I'll take you inside real quick and you can see This is the original suspension from 2007. And that stuff is hammered dog excrement. Leaking, blown out. These things have zero life in them. And the rears are just as bad. And I'm going to put the Bilstein's befores in here. I have determined this is the sport suspension. Looked on the build sheet. Seems to be the best place to find it. You can do a VIN decoder as well. And it should tell you if your car has sport or non-sport suspension. Haven't been able to tell about the motor mounts yet, but they look pretty collapsed. So I'm not sure what to do about that yet. I got to get a better look at those later. And the rears, as I was saying, yeah, they're past their sell-by date. These things are just flopping. Original BMW sticker down there. God. That is on there. Is in there good. He's already been disconnected. Oh. This poor thing was looking pretty corroded while I'm thinking about it. Get that out of the way. I always lose the little nuts. Everybody knows that, right? Everybody drops their 10 millimeter and loses the damn. Another inverted Torx, by the way. My God, that was easy. Look at that. That is disgusting. Get you a little closer. Ooh, pools of oil. Swimming pools of oil. That is heinous.
So the only reason it's not built up more is because the idler wheel spins. Look at this buildup. Ready? This is so surreal.
I decided to do this the hard way. I'm going to clean this by taking it apart. There's just too much crap on the inside. I'm blown away by how much crap was actually inside this thing. This is just a couple of Torx. Very shallow, so you got to be careful when you take these guys out. Very, very shallow Torx. I couldn't even tell if they were Torx or not, honestly. Then I got one more, and I'm probably doing this wrong because I've never taken apart this one before. And that's not even a Torx. Yeah, it is a Torx, but it's not going in. Huh, okay. Not the big set, just call it the old set. How about that? I don't even know if I have one in the old set. Yeah, I do. Look at that.
I think I've had this set for about 45 years. One piece. Ooh, you're special. Okay, so this one is special. Special screw. Special insulator. Okay. These two were the last two I took out. So, now, what? Should be able to take these off and take the front off and not worry about the back. Yep, wrong size. Just a minute. Nope. There it is. One loose, two loose, three loose, four loose. Come on, let's go. This may want me to remove this. I don't want to quite yet. Oh, okay, that works. Before I break it, take it off. Anytime you want. You know what? I bet you it's going to take the whole thing out, and I bet you the brushes are going to be starting again. I wonder. That's kind of funny. What surprises await? Short screws for the brushes, and the brushes for the win. All right, not terrible. Yeah, well, that one definitely could be better. Huh. I may have to go look into that. It's a Bosch.
trash cans.
All right, here we go. Nice and easy. See that? That is disgusting. Well, so is this, for that matter. Yeah. You're gonna have to come in on Saturday. Ugh. This is amazing. I mean, no grease. Grease. A light isn't gonna help you. That's just black with funk. I cleaned this half a little bit. Look at that. That is just garbage. And there it is. I promise this is not a new one, a different one. Y'all saw me take it apart. Still a little residue through here. But I think for the next 4 or 5 years it'll be fine. I am going to replace the brushes in it. I just wanted to get this thing cleaned and figure out what actually was inside. So right now I'm thrilled with how it came out.
So thanks for watching the video. We have a couple more videos to make on this car, and we'll be sure to get those out to you as quick as I can put them all together. Once again, thank you. I'm Derek, and this is 4 in Tune.